Time is 6:30. The date's Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. Let's see, who's missing tonight? Jim Franklin?
Yes.
And
Buzz missing, and Buzz and Dot are on Zoom.
okay. Dot McFarlane is on Zoom. Hi, Dot. Megan Hickey is here. Marilyn Cuzzaroy is here, and Brian Payne. Okay.
And Buzz is on Zoom.
And Buzz is on Zoom. All right. Please note that we're doing a hybrid meeting with in-person and virtual attendance. If a member of the virtual public would like to make comments during a public hearing, please just use the raised hand function on Zoom and you'll be assigned a speaking time. If you're listening in via telephone dial-in, press *9 to raise your hand and then press *6 to unmute yourself. This meeting is being recorded by the local scene. Thank you very much. And a record of this meeting will be posted on the local scene website as soon as they are able. Anyone intending to make an audio or video recording of this meeting should notify me at this time.
You should take a roll call. Did you take a roll call?
I gotta go.
You did?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, here's an additional announcement. Kingston's Open Space Committee is seeking a new member. The committee assists conservation in overseeing the management and use of conservation properties to help all of us better access and utilize these resources in a positive way. This is an opportunity for a resident to assist in implementing the town's open space plan, help improve parking and trails, and identify future conservation and passive recreation priorities in town, among other benefits. You may inquire by calling the Conservation Department at 781-585-0537 or by emailing Juliana Denham, yes, at kingstonma.gov. Right. There are some documents to sign.
Did we roll call the meeting?
Yeah, we did at the very beginning.
She called our name.
Okay.
I can do
No,
it.
I was just making sure. I was like, I must have missed it.
Yep, right. It was kind of a informal one. So will you tell us what needs to be signed, Matt?
Sure, we have a letter of support for the Bates Pond Accessible Trail Project, and I signed a couple of small bills already for office supplies. So there's just.
Did you guys open the meeting? Because I didn't hear any of
Yeah,
that.
we did, Buzz.
Yeah, you probably want to do it again because it was not on audio.
Okay. We're okay? All right. The local scene is telling me that we're okay in that
Well, I'm
regard.
telling you, it never got broadcast over the Zoom meeting, so I think you should do it again.
Yeah,
Let's just
No
quickly
problem.
open and roll call,
No
just to
problem.
cover it. I don't think you have to read all of the stuff again.
No, just say you're gonna open the meeting and then have a roll call.
all right. Okay, well, it's 6:35, and it's Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. Commissioner Jim Franklin is absent. Commissioner Dot McFarlane is attending virtually. Commissioner Buzz Artiano is attending virtually. I'll do a roll call. Kalina Vendetti's here. Dot?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Buzz?
Yes,
Marilyn?
Yes.
And Brian?
Yes.
Very good. Is that
Thank you.
sufficient, Buzz?
oh, yeah. great.
All righty, super.
I just don't want us to get in trouble.
You bet. So we have,
So we're on to action items.
did you send that letter for Bates Pond?
Yep.
Yeah, I have a question, Matt.
Sure.
About that. This is the project that you're applying for CPC funds for.
Correct.
As a chair of the CPC, do you have any concerns with me signing this as well?
I don't think so. I think it's been covered that, each commission or committee provides a delegate to
Right.
CPC, and I
Right.
think whether you're the chair or not, I don't think really matters. I think you can still advocate for your own
So I'm the chair of the open space and
Projects.
I signed it.
Yeah, but
Technically,
they're,
it's,
yeah, but you're not on the CPC committee that's awarding the funds that pay for it.
but the CPC
So
is
I'm voting
comprised
on
of
whether or
all-
not the CPC
You're
awards the
voting to
requested
support it from
fund.
conservation side.
Yeah, I don't think,
Yeah.
I don't think
I would
there's a
support it.
conflict.
Right,
All
I
right,
think you're fine.
all right, let the record show.
He's-
It's Matt's fault.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We're moving on to action items. I'll now open a public meeting to discuss the request for certification of compliance for 23 Spruce Street. What are your comments, Matt?
I informed them that they should continue. I don't know that I got confirmation from them that they wanted to continue, but I don't think there's anybody here to represent it anyways. I did a site visit, and the conservation posts were not installed in the right location. Since that time, they have moved the conservation posts. They appear to be in the right location, but I wanted confirmation that they were properly being located on the as-built plan, because the as-built plan that was submitted with the request for COC showed the conservation posts in the proposed location, not in the location that they actually were installed in the field, which gives me pause. So I wanted to see that we had an update on the as-built plan, that those were actually located by survey equipment. So I request, or I would recommend we continue that until February 12th.
Do I have a motion to continue this matter until February 12th?
I'll make that motion.
And do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Dot?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Kalina's a yes. Buzz?
Yes,
Marilyn?
Yes.
And Brian?
Yes.
Okay, that motion passes. This matters continued to February 12th, 2025. So now I'll open a public meeting to discuss the request for certificate of compliance for 120 Country Club Way. What do you say, Matt?
At my recommendation, the applicant has requested a continuance to February 12th. They filed their RCOC, we did a site visit, I prepared a staff report, and sent it to the applicant so they had information on what was deficient, so they can work on that in the meantime.
Okay. Do I have a motion to continue this matter to February 12th, 25?
I'll make that motion.
All right, do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Great. I'm going to take the second from Megan. She said it very quietly, but just beat you to it, Dot. I'm going to take a vote on that, Dot.
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Kalina's a yes. Buzz?
yes,
Marilyn?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Super. All right, I'll now open a public meeting to discuss the request for certificate of compliance for 18 Old Mill Road, Spruce Street, combining two requests together under SC 037-0653 and 0772. What do you say, Matt?
Take a guess.
All right.
They have requested a continuance to February 12th. That may end up needing to be continued again. We've not been able to schedule a site visit on this property yet, and the representative has confirmed that some portion of the original requirements were not completed, and they're going to work on trying to
Okay.
complete that around the freezing cold ground.
All right. Do we hear a motion to continue this matter to 2/12/25?
So moved.
Second.
All right, thank you. We have a motion made by Brian, seconded by Marilyn. Dot?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Okay. Kalina's a yes. Buzz?
yes,
Marilyn?
Yes.
And Brian, that
Yes.
motion carries, thank you. Yeah, we got 5 minutes. We have enforcement. You want to tell us about 44 Rabbits Road?
Sure. I don't see anybody here to speak for the residents in person or through Zoom. I'll just give you a quick breakdown of the last information that I have, and then I'm not sure how the commission would want to go from there. one of the property owners reached out to me before the January 8th meeting that we ended up having to cancel, saying, asking me what was going on and saying they hadn't heard anything from the building department. And I forwarded the last correspondence I had back to her, which was from the building department asking for design specs for the retaining wall. Basically, to refresh the commission's memory, one of the bigger issues there was the retaining wall that had been constructed, so the commission ordered them to file, a building permit with the building department to sort of figure out if it was even something that could be permitted through the building department, and at that point, to, deal with the issues from there on the conservation side. The building department asked for specs on the blocks that were used, and they provided specs directly from the manufacturer, but the building inspector asked for further information, which would be the design of the wall, and has not had any response from that yet. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but there hasn't been any real discussion with the building department in several months. I know one of the owners was out of town for a lot of the fall, doing some disaster response. We already discussed that they were unable to remove the small dock due to the onset of cold weather, and that they would do that in the spring. Since then, the health department has raised additional concerns about the property. They were out there for some other reason and noted that there was a shed with what appeared to be drainage plumbing exiting from the underside. They mentioned a privy that they were informed was non-functional, but they stated they had no way to confirm this. I didn't have any reason to believe that there's anything actually discharging on the site, but it was something that I had written down since the health department brought it up, that we would bring that up with the homeowner. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for that one. I'm not sure how the commission would want to go forward with this. We're still sort of in a bit of a mess here.
Just gonna table it?
Could just continue till the next meeting. I could reach out again, but I mean, at some point, non-responsiveness is usually dealt with a little differently, so.
Madam Chair, I just
Yeah.
have a question. Is there any way to clarify? I mean, can we just ask the building department if there's been any further communication, or?
I forgot to confirm that. When I sent that last correspondence to the homeowner, I checked with the building department to see if I had missed some correspondence, and they said no. The last they knew, they had asked for information and not received it yet.
Okay.
How does the commission want to proceed on this matter?
Well, I was
Move
wondering,
to continue.
again,
move
whether to
continue
tag
it.
up with the building department, and Matt answered that, and also just check in with the owner and let them know the clock is ticking.
So just follow up. Buzz, did you have something?
Said, let's continue it for 2 meetings from now.
Okay, to the same meeting, the 12th?
26th?
26, please.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask for a motion on that then, shall I?
That's my motion.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, there's a motion to continue this at 2/26/25. It's been seconded. Dot?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Colleen is a yes. Buzz?
Yes,
Marilyn?
Yes.
And Brian?
Yes.
Okay, so that matter, 44 Rabbit Road, is continued to the next time. How about 56 Main Street, Matt?
The restoration work was completed by the October 31st deadline. The work on site matches the restoration plan that was approved by the commission. An as-built plan was also received identifying the wetland boundaries as stated in the enforcement order, and I recommend we remove this issue from the agenda.
Okay. Any
So I'll make
comments
that
from the-
motion to remove it from the agenda.
Do we have a second on that?
Second.
Okay. There's a motion to remove this matter from the agenda. It's been seconded. Dot? Megan?
Yes.
Colleen is a yes. Buzz?
yes,
Marilyn?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Are you there, Dot?
Didn't I say yes?
No, but I'll take your yes now. Thanks.
Oh, I did. You missed me.
Okay, just missed you. You want to update us on 11 Wharf Lane, Matt?
The restoration work was completed by the November 30th deadline. The work on site matches the mitigation proposal that was approved by the commission. I recommend removing the enforcement issue from the agenda.
We have a motion to that effect?
Wait, we don't want to do a hip hip hooray?
You can. I'll make that
Turn the
motion.
camera on first, though, Buzz.
Okay, all right. All right, Marilyn's made a motion. Do I have a second to remove this from the agenda?
Second.
All right, Dot,
There you go. Now you get to see me.
Yes.
Megan,
Yes.
Kalina's a yes. Buzz?
Yes.
Say yes twice, Buzz.
Yes,
Marilyn?
yes.
Yes.
And Brian?
Yes.
Okay, great, that's also removed. I'm just going to do this one last item under enforcement.
Yeah,
Then do
makes
we have a
sense.
hearing? Do we have a hearing?
Yeah, but we can quickly get through this one.
Okay. What's up with 2 Wildwood Circle map?
We did receive an RDA filing in retro as requested, and within the time frame given by the commission, I will have that scheduled for a meeting in February, and I recommend removing the enforcement issue from the agenda.
Great, do I have a motion to that effect, to remove 2 Wildwood Circle from the agenda?
Make that motion.
Thanks, Buzz.
Second.
Do I have a second? All
Second.
right. That's, motion's been made and seconded. Dot?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Kalina's a yes. Buzz?
Yes.
Marilyn?
Yes.
And Brian, that's removed as well. Okay, great. Let me just see. All right, we're going to open a public hearing. Under Section A, the time is 6:48, and this is a matter involving 20 Marion Drive, also known as 1 Royson Drive. This is a request for amendment for the proposed installation of a sediment forebay and rain garden within the 200-foot riverfront area of Smelt Brook. Do you have any comments, Matt?
Sure.
Before, Matt, hang on one second.
Yeah.
Just before he does that, I have a lot of conflicts with this one, so I just want to tell you all what they are. So Grady Engineering is a conflict. Currently, they are doing work for me. The broker that represents, the real estate broker that represents Royson Drive is my broker as well, and one of the tenants does work for me as well. I don't feel like it's a conflict, but I wanted to get that out there.
Does any member on the commission wish to comment on this?
Thank you for the disclosure.
All right, thanks, Buzz. I don't think you have to stand down from this.
Okay.
Do you just identify yourself for the record, please?
Yes, Rick Grady. Mic's not on.
Your mic's not on, we're going to double check that.
Rick Grady from Grady Consulting.
Okay, thank you very much. What are your comments, Mr. Grady?
I don't have anything new for you on the engineering side of things on this project. Larry asked me to cover this meeting for him this evening because he wasn't available. We're hoping that we can come to an agreement on a consultant review for a peer review on the work that was submitted.
Okay. Do we have any comments from the commission?
Well, are we hearing from Matt?
First.
Yeah, let's hear from you, Matt.
Sure. I don't need to go back into anything on review of this, right? We already have talked through this and came up to where we had peer review proposals. The commission asked me to get additional quotes and deal with the applicant directly. I did that. I gave my recommendation. We did not come to an agreement. At that point, I pretty much just told them, come back before the commission. Ultimately, it is the commission's determination on peer review, which is well established in KWPR. I sort of broke down all the information again on the consultants for the commission. We had 1 consultant out of 5. We asked for 5 quotes total. 1 of them did not respond. 1 of them came in at $9,300, including having to subcontract out the stormwater portion, which didn't seem like a very efficient system there. 1 of them came in low at $975, but in my opinion was insufficient in the amount of hours dedicated for review. There were only 2 hours there. We had 2 quotes that were sort of in the middle, that both, in my opinion, were sufficient in what they provided. One was Strong Tree Engineering at $2,950. One was Horsley Witten Group at $4,900. I did follow up with Strong Tree because their proposal did not provide much in the way of detail. I thought the hours in it seemed sufficient, but they did not provide direct response to the 3 items that we had requested that the review cover. Horsley Witten Group's proposal did, plainly detail all of that information, showed a good understanding of that. Strong Tree did confirm with me recently that what they provided does cover for a review of all 3 of those, but that's where those are at. So from my standpoint, the commission needs to determine which peer review consultant they would want to use out of those 2. At that point, the applicant would be given a deadline to pay the quoted fee. They would have the ability to appeal that to the Board of Selectmen, but the Board of Selectmen's ability to overrule the commission on that and accept the appeal is only really based on the consultant chosen being, not adequately credentialed for that, so.
Or having a conflict of interest. And if I may, those are the only 2 issues that they could appeal on. They can't appeal over the cost. That's not appealable.
So that's where that at. At that point, if the applicant fails to pay, the commission would have a reason to deny the request for amendment based on a lack of information. Yeah. I have a lot of information if the commission wants more information on anything, whether it's from the peer review or special conditions or any of those sort of things. But I think it's important for the commission to determine a peer review vendor.
Madam Chairman, do you want more discussion, or are you ready for a motion?
Do any of the commissioners have any comments that they would like to raise at this time?
Matt, I heard the company was Strong Tree, but I missed the other one. What was the other company?
The other one was Horsley Witten Group. Haven't used that company during my time here, but they were used by the commission a lot before my time, and they did the original peer review on this project, I think in 2018?
19.
2019?
December 2019.
I'm ready for a motion.
Okay, I would move that we hire Horsley Witten Group to be our peer reviewer.
Okay, do I have a second on that?
Second.
Megan? All right, we're going to vote on hiring Horsley Witten Group to perform the peer review, 20 Marion Drive, 1 Royson Drive. Dot?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Colleen is a yes. Buzz?
Yes?
Marilyn?
Yes,
Brian?
Yes.
Okay, that motion carries. Thank you very much.
Make sure that the applicant is well aware of the deadline to make that payment to that vendor.
You want to iterate the deadlines?
Yeah, sorry, I wanted to pull it up just so that I was reading from there. So the payment would come directly to the town of Kingston, check payable to the town of Kingston. It says fee must be received in its entirety prior to the initiation of consulting services. Failure by the applicant to pay the consultant fee specified by the commission within 10 business days of the request for payment shall be cause for the commission to deny the application based on lack of sufficient information to evaluate whether the project meets applicable performance standards, and so on. It says an appeal
Okay, so
stops the
that-
clock on the above deadline, and the countdown resumes on the first business day after the appeal is either denied or upheld.
So that sounds like to me that the payment is due no later than February 5th.
There is one consideration there that essentially it says that we need to notify them by official mail. You'd have to have certified mail, constable delivery, or something like that. I would have, sort of a acceptance from a representative of that timeline, but the representative just left the room.
I know, I wonder
We
why,
missed,
yeah.
we missed that opportunity
Yeah.
there. So I think
All right,
now,
well, I'm gonna make a motion that the payment is doable on February 7th, 2025. No later than actually noontime on February 7th, 2025.
We have that motion on the table. Anyone want a
Second.
second? Marilyn has seconded that. All right, we have a motion, and it's been seconded. Dot?
Yes.
Jim? No, sorry, Jim's not here. Megan?
Yes.
Kalina's a yes. Buzz?
Yes,
Marilyn?
Yes.
And Brian?
Yes.
Also yes. Okay, thank you very much. The motion carries.
all right, and we're gonna notify them of that date, Matt?
yeah, I'll have to, I'll email, them tomorrow just to let them know, but I'll, also ask, I'm not sure what his address is and whether certified mail would work, so I may just tell him I need to have the constable deliver something, or if he thinks certified mail will get there, I don't mind doing that
He
too.
also has the option to come pick it up at the office, correct?
Yeah,
Agree, yeah, true, he could just sign forward in the office, either way, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll let him know tomorrow, so really you'll have a lot more than that time frame to,
Well, it's only 2 days more, so,
yeah.
actually a day and a half, so.
Yeah, we have, did we finish up with this? Is this,
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so. The only other thing I would say is I wanted to thank you for all the time you put in giving us the information that we needed. So thank you for that.
yeah, and I will say, I think, the commission at some point will have to discuss things like erosion control on the property. We have had some ongoing things there. I did get an email, I believe, yesterday with, proof of additional erosion control that had been installed. And it's something that I'd rather discuss with, the applicant here, or at least a representative. But, I mean, I guess for this purpose right now, I would say we probably would continue this to, the 12th? Because if we just gave a deadline of the 7th, then February 12th, the commission would know whether this was being put out to peer review or not.
Then we need a motion to continue to that date. do we
Exactly,
not?
and just before we do that, I would say, as I said before, the check is payable to the town of Kingston. I can't engage the peer review consultant until that check clears, which takes an exceptional amount of time for 2025. So I likely can't get the peer review consultant started for about 7 to 10 days after we get the check in hand. So if we do get a check, then we would be continuing from February 12th, and we would not have an idea yet on when we would be really likely getting a result from the consultant.
Right,
Right.
unless the,
But why don't we ask him to bring us a bank check rather than a business check? And then that'll cut down on the hold time.
We could, I don't know if we can
No, we
require
can
it, but
ask.
it may be to their benefit to
ask.
speed
Can
things up.
ask. Yeah.
You can ask. Right, so ask
Sure.
him, explain to him why we want it, so that we can get the consultant hired. So that on the 12th, we can, keep his project, permitted.
Sure.
Buzz, you want to make a motion, and you want to include that in the motion?
No, I think I'm gonna leave that on the motion, but I'm gonna continue to the February 12th and let the agent be in charge of notifying the applicant.
Okay, could you clarify the motion for me? I'm not sure.
Buzz, you're,
Yeah, I wanna continue this hearing for this applicant till February 12th, no, is it 12th? Yeah, February 12th, 2025. And the agent has his instructions to notify the applicant regarding payment to the town of Kingston.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
second,
All right, great. Dot?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Kalina's a yes. Buzz?
Yes,
Marilyn?
yes,
and Brian.
Yes.
All right, so that motion passes. All right, thank you. Are we ready to move on to minutes?
Yeah, and I think if you wanted to, you can bulk all,
Yeah, we should do them all at
1,
once.
2, 3, 4, 5 sets of minutes
was
together.
not-
Vote.
Right. I was not at one of them, Buzz was not at one of them,
Right.
Brian was not at one of them.
Altogether, it'll be great, right?
Even if I wasn't at one of them?
I mean,
I have the information, and I
I
can
can
let
go
you know.
through and do the math later and see if there's any one that doesn't have a quorum of people approving them, but I assume with everybody that's here, it should be fine.
Right.
Did you have them, Maggie?
Yeah, there's 6 out of 7 of us here, I think we'll be fine.
What's that?
Shall we just
There's just 5 of them. We can
approve
do
them,
it
or
super
we've
quick.
all read them? Just approve them?
No, there's 6, Dot, myself, and you 4. There's 6 out of 7.
Oh, yeah, sorry, she was saying five
Oh, there are
sets of
five-
minutes.
There are 5 sets of minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Brian, do you feel that we need to do them separately? Is
I
that?
do.
You do?
All right. I agree
Alright,
with
trust
Brian.
Brian.
Super
Yeah,
fast,
just
so.
bang
Okay.
them out.
all right, let's go then.
Okay, do I hear a motion to accept the minutes from October 28th, 2024? All commissioners.
August, sorry.
August
Start with
28th,
August.
2024, all commissioners were present.
So moved.
Second,
All right, Dot,
Yes,
Megan,
Yes,
Kalina's a yes, Buzz,
Yes,
Marilyn,
yes.
and Brian.
Yes.
Very good. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes for September 25, 2024?
So moved.
Buzz, you were absent. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second,
All right, Dot,
yes,
Megan,
yes,
Kalina's a yes, Marilyn,
yes.
and Brian.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes for October 23rd, 2024? Megan and Buzz, you were absent.
So moved.
Second,
Okay, Dot,
yes,
Kalina's a yes, Marilyn,
yes.
Yes.
Brian is a yes. Very good. We went into its executive session, December 18th, 2024. Do I hear a motion to approve and release the December 18, 2024 executive session meeting minutes?
So moved.
Second,
Okay. Dot,
yep,
Megan,
yes,
Kalina's a yes. Buzz,
yes,
Marilyn,
yes.
and Brian.
Yes.
Great. And also, can I hear a motion to approve and release the January 14th, 2025 executive session meeting minutes? Jim, Dot, and Brian were absent.
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Have a second?
second,
Very good. Megan?
yes,
Kalina? Yes. Buzz? Were you
You can abstain.
you can abstain. And Marilyn?
Yes.
Okay. the
Did you
motion-
get anything from Buzz on that?
Nothing from Buzz.
yes,
You're gonna
Okay.
abstain.
Why is he abstaining?
Was he there?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
Buzz
my
was there.
apologies.
I think Buzz was there.
don't cut me like that.
All right. So that's great. Those minutes are finally all approved. Can you give us an update on the Eversource right-of-way vegetation management project?
Yep, every year we receive an update from Eversource. They put out their 5-year vegetation management plan, and every year they send information about what portions of their right-of-way in town they'll be working on in that given year. So they sent that. They'll be working on the portion of power line in the northwest end of town that runs into Pembroke. And I have that map as well as all the accompanying information. If any member of the commission or member of the public wants it, they can shoot me an email. But it does just sort of detail what they're gonna be doing, which is essentially cutting incompatible woody vegetation.
Is there any discussion from the commission on that?
Nope.
No? Okay, thanks a lot, Matt. I think that concludes business for this evening.
Can I give just a couple of really quick updates?
Please give us whatever update you wish.
I think I emailed the commission and we've put information out to the public, but we did come out with the story map hosted online with a link on our website. And what it is a breakdown of all of our public-facing conservation properties. Background information, access information, all of that. So if you haven't checked that out yet, check it out. There are properties that we withheld from that, as we have either access or parking issues that we're trying to deal with. The Henrich property, we don't have a parking lot for yet, and there are a few other properties where there are easements that we need to get on, making sure there's signage and all that stuff. But check that out, that's really good. And also, there's a citizen group that's starting up, Protect Kingston Wildlife. And it is aimed at limiting use of eschars in town, or second-generation anticoagulant rodenticides. I know a lot of people have heard information about the impacts those are having on birds of prey. So we've done a little bit of work in town already to try to at least get municipal departments to not use them, but this will be a group that will advocate for severely diminishing their use in town. It's part of a statewide campaign guided by Mass Audubon to try to have a good effect there. So if anybody has interest in joining that, there is a Facebook page that just went live, and there is a email address, kingstonmawildlife@gmail.com. But if anybody wants information about that and they can't find those things, just shoot me an email and I can guide you towards that.
That's good. We ready to conclude?
That's all I got.
Well, I'd like to once again thank the local scene for their services this evening. The next meeting will be held February 12th, 2025, starting at 6:30 PM. The time's now 7:08. Yippee. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, Dot,
Yes?
Megan,
Yes.
Lena's a yes, Buzz,
Yes.
Marilyn,
Yes.
Brian.
Yes.
Meeting's adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank